Mongolian livestock production and rangeland use has been in transition since 1990. For needed services and inputs, modern herders can no longer rely on the decaying remnants of a production and marketing infrastructure built to support the socialist command economy. In the new privatized Mongolian livestock production system, herders have little or no capacity to adequately respond to supply and demand functions of the market economy. Although livestock are privatized, most land, and by association, access to most animal feed resources are controlled by the state, which does not have the resources to adequately assist herders in adapting livestock production to the new realities they face. Information from sources such as the Livestock Early Warning System will provide information on forage conditions and the nutritional needs of livestock. It will be disseminated through national, regional, and local levels, reaching policymakers, agriculture officers, and the livestock producers. This information can be used to direct the livestock producer to prevent livestock mortality in times of extreme weather and improve income during normal years. This could be accomplished at the SUM level by private and government organizations modeled after successful systems in the United States. The government component needs to be composed of SUM officials that are tasked with managing the publicly owned lands of Mongolia for a positive future on both annual and long-term time frames.
Тэгээд одоо малчид болон малтай өрөх, малчин өрөхөд одоо бэлтгэх хадлан гар тэжээлийн даалгавар өгч тэрнийхээ бэлтэнд одоо хяналт тавьж ажилладаг. Нэгдүгээр. За хоёрдугаар гэх юм бол үнэхээр цаг хүндэрсэн үед одоо туслахаар бэлтгэж сумын аюулгүй нөөцөд тодорхой хэмжээний одоо хадлан өвс бэлтгэж авч байна.
In the United States, government organizations handle large engineering projects like wells, inventory, and monitoring of rangeland conditions, and most importantly, they enforce grazing contracts that manage how livestock use the land.
The cattle will be on the national forest in the summer, and then in the winter they'll go home to a farm or a ranch, and they will be fed hay that's raised on that ranch.
Having these grazing plans issued by a local governmental source, basing decisions on information generated by the Livestock Early Warning System, is important to ensure the success of the herders and continued improvement of the land. It will also be important to have nutritional advisors in place to develop feeding and supplemental recommendations based on information from the Mobile Nutrition Lab. The private component does not exist in Mongolia at present. It could be an organization composed of herders called the Herder Alliance that will provide production services to its members. In order to create the alliance, a group of herders will need to elect a board of directors to oversee their alliance. The board will hire a manager who runs day-to-day operations and reports to the board. The manager will be responsible for not only acquiring and redistributing products required by the herders, but also for making management decisions based on information from sources such as the Livestock Early Warning System, in order to anticipate future needs of the herder members. In the United States, cooperative operations, or co-ops, like this grain growers in eastern Oregon, provide services that are needed in this local area in such a fashion.
The departments and stuff that's been available to the growers from the beginning was, of course, grain storage, feed manufacturing, petroleum, fertilizers, chemicals, machinery, all livestock supplies, fencing, vet supplies, anything that they could use that way.
The livestock producers in this area also have access to other private inputs and services that could be coordinated by a co-op if need be.
Our job as veterinarians is to give input to the farmers as far as valuable changes that they can make to improve profitability, improve animal health, which would in turn improve profitability.
These alliances will have a small national component that facilitates cooperation between the many SUM-level herder alliances and represents the herders in policy-level decisions made by the government.
The mission of the Cattlemen's Association is to act as an advocacy group for its members and for the rest of the cattlemen in the state who aren't members. And mainly that's to protect the private property rights, to protect what cattlemen's interests would be in the way of grazing issues on public land.
Information from sources such as the Livestock Early Warning System will be implemented by government and private organizations at both national and local levels. This process will create an intersection of services that not only increases the livelihood of private herding operations, but also ensures sustainable use of public and private resources critical to Mongolia's developing economy.